Welcome, everyone. My name is Brenda Loew. I'm a teaching associate with the University of Washington in Seattle. I'd like to begin with a land acknowledgement. I live on the beautiful, ancient, and sacred ancestral lands of the Coast Salish people, and I honor the traditional elders who steward and protect deep connection to culture, community, land, sea, and sky. I'm here to share very briefly with you Yang Shen, an ancient philosophy and set of health cultivating practices from East Asia. Yang Shen is at least several thousand years old and has its roots in Taoism. Yang Shen translates as nourishing life or caring for life or nurturing life. And it focuses on the daily and seasonal practices to preserve, maintain, and restore health. Fundamental practices of Yang Shen are based on East Asian medical modalities, acupuncture, which includes channels, meridians, and points, moxibustion, which are warming techniques, herbs, meditation, self-massage, physical exercises such as Qigong and Tai Chi, diet, and it even includes virtues, living an ethical life. All are ways to nourish life. The framework underlying these practices are based on an understanding of life's natural rhythms, that life is a continual process of change. It's alive. It's not a machine. There are unexpected events which occur, like epidemics, such as COVID that we just went through, wars, losses, rapidly changing climates, ecologies. Yang Shen was developed to assist us in adapting to the process of change, to help us become more resilient to change. Yang Shen is based on the foundational understanding of the interconnected nature of all living things, as above, so below. Zhuangzi, who was a renowned Taoist sage, is quoted as saying, all existing things are really one. And Einstein has made statements to that effect. The idea that we feel separate is a delusion of our mind. It's not a reality. The reality is that we are all connected. Yang Shen is about experiencing our connection to and unity with the ecology, the place, the home we live, and experience connections to our bodies, our connection to spirit, living in accordance with the macrocosm, the great Tao. Yang Shen is described as a system of correspondences in the microcosm of our bodies, which are aligned with and reflect the macrocosm, the universe. So on the left is a very renowned image dating back to Taoism, which is showing these energetic connections. This depicts a human being, and the back part of this is the spine, the head. And I don't have time to go into the intricacies of this image, but it is a representation of all of life. And our body has different movements. So the life has different movements. So sunrise is the time of expansion, growth, waking up, and that is associated with yang energy. And sundown is the time of contraction, of rest, of sleeping, and is associated with yin energy. But there's a constant flow of yin and yang, and health is seen as involving dynamic balance and harmony of all these energies. So we're familiar with the seasons. In the spring, that's the phase associated with growth and awakening. It's affiliated with the liver energy. The summer state is a state of expansion in nature. The fall is a time of beginning contraction, of starting to go inward, a time to harvest the fruits. And the winter is a time to store, to nourish the roots, to rest, to hibernate. But every day has its seasons as well. Dawn, day, dusk, night are a reflection of these movements of energy. So currently, we're in the time of the autumn, and technically we've already begun to enter the time of winter according to East Asian philosophy. And understand that there are thresholds, there's a dynamic balance. So an unhealthy overshooting of these thresholds, having too much yang creates deadly fire, and too much yin creates deadly flooding. So all these, when we go beyond our thresholds, we are unable to stay healthy. So we're seeing this dynamic with climate change right now. We're seeing our thresholds are being broached, and it's very difficult to maintain balance. So when our bodies, minds, and spirit are in dynamic harmony, we are said to be in good health and open to life and to changes, and we're able to recover more quickly from injury and illness. So any imbalance results in a decline in one's health. So we're going to do a little bit of Qigong associated with the time of autumn. The organ associated with the time of the fall is the lung energy, which has many, many correspondences. It's associated with the color white, whereas winter is associated with the color black. And the emotion associated with the lung is grief. So it's very interesting to me that November is the time of Dios de los Muertos, and a time to honor the departed, to honor our ancestors, and not get caught in grieving too much in an unhealthy way. Grief is normal, but you can have too much grief. So the leaves are just starting to turn brown and starting to fall. Temperatures are getting cooler, days are getting shorter. And so this is the season when you're more likely to catch colds and flus. So this is a good time to practice some lung qigong. So we're going to begin. And just because of the limitations for me in recording, normally I would demonstrate this standing, but it's perfectly fine to do this from a sitting stance. So whatever you are comfortable to do, please join. So we're going to begin. The lung, of course, is associated with the breath, and the breath is central to our life. So if you are standing, have your feet no more than shoulder width apart. Soften your knees, don't lock them. Have your feet parallel, and feel the center of your gravity just below your navel. This is a critical point of focus in East Asian medicine and martial arts. This is where your life force is said to come from. And so if you're standing, follow all those instructions and tuck your tailbone a little bit slightly down, and let's together rub our hands very rapidly, make them warm them up, and then place them over your low abdomen. And let's just start with low abdominal breathing. Most people who live in North America are caught in autonomic nervous system state. They're caught in fight or flight. And we breathe without even being aware of it, very shallowly. So we want to activate the parasympathetic relaxation response. So take a minute to bring your inner eye to a point just below your navel. Think of your abdomen as if it were a balloon. And on the inhale, let it expand, fill with air, all the way front and back. And on the exhale, let the air out, let all the stale air out, and your belly flattens. So we're just going to spend a few minutes together just breathing in the low abdomen. Breathing in, your belly expands, deep, slow breath. Breathing out, your belly flattens. Just breathe like this a few times. Feel everything soften. Feel your shoulders drop. If you would practice this just 5 minutes a day, you can do this lying down, sitting in a chair, standing. Anytime you find yourself getting distraught, getting anxious, just drop your breath into your low abdomen and see how everything changes. Don't believe me, this is your science project to experiment with. So next we're going to do a different kind of qigong, where you're going to let your arms, if you have room, hopefully you don't have a table or a desk in front of you, you're going to allow your arms to rise up without your shoulders coming up. You're just going to allow your arms to come up, and you're going to feel the energy of the between your palms. And we're just going to spend a little bit of time opening and closing. And some people very rapidly feel an energy exchange between the palms of their hands as you come closer. Feel that energy, that tingling in the palms, center of the palm of your hand. And just come out as far as you feel that ball extend without your shoulders rising. In, out. Breathing in as your palms come in. Breathing out as your palms go out. On your own, after this experiential session, you can do this for as long as feels comfortable for you. And then we're going to gather the chi and bring it down to our low abdomen and let your palms rest over the low abdomen and take a few deep breaths. Now the lung channel, and I think I have a slide pertaining to the lung channel, is the palmar side, the inside of your arm. It runs from the clavicle bone area, just the top of your chest. And it runs down the inside of your arm to the thumb. That's the yin channel, the lung. And it's associated with the yang channel, the large intestine, which is on the other side of the dorsal side of your palm, of your hand. And it runs up the back of the arm. And it does go up to the face, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to activate the channel going in direction of flow. So the yin channel goes down and the yang channel goes up. And we're going to begin with slapping. Let's start with slapping in that clavicle area. Really get that energy activated, get that lung energy activated. And then we're going to slap down the inside of the arm all the way to the thumb, and then on the outside of the arm all the way up to the shoulder and back down. And back up, down the inside of the arm to the thumb, up the yang side of the arm to the shoulder. And then switch sides. Start with activating right under the clavicle there. Activate the lungs. Get the energy moving. Get that stuck energy, that grief, get that moving out of there. Then we're going to tap or tap down the inside of the arm and up the back side to the shoulder. Down the inside of the arm, the palmar side to the thumb. Up the back side to the shoulder. One more time. Down the inside, up the back side. And shake it out. You should feel things moving. You should feel your chi and blood moving. We haven't really had time to discuss what chi is or what blood is, but you feel something moving in your body right now. So we're going to end with letting your arms come up. Think of yourself as embracing all the chi of the cosmos, all the chi of the universe, and letting it, feel it coming down. You're directing it down through the center of your body. Your palms might still be tingling. Down to the low abdomen and then back up. We're going to do this 3 times. Breathing in. And breathing out. Bring that energy, cosmic energy, universal energy through your body. You are that. And one more time, gathering the energy of the universe. Bring it down through the center of your skull, through your body. And let your hands rest one on top of each other over your low abdomen. And just know you can do this simple practice. You can do anytime, anywhere, and it will revitalize you. So hopefully you're feeling your shoulders are softer. You're feeling the breath flowing better. So thank you. And I'm honored to have this experiential right before our keynote speaker, Lila June. Indigenous worldviews and voices are critical in the future of our planet and people. And so thank you very much for your attention.